Hello everyone, I hope everybody's staying on the upside. I'm going to try to do a short version of this. I done a live of my new setup on the computer. The problem I was having is my computer's not that big, and I was running Windows 11 Pro, and each time it updated it seemed to be taking away from performance, and I can't run like a Linux or something on this particular one out in my recording studio because of my electric drums. The only way that I can run the software that I run on it to get a quality recording of it is using a type of Windows or Mac OS, and we know that's a way off budget. So I chose this particular one. It is based off of Windows 11. I was running Windows 11 Pro, so that's what I used. And if you decide, like if you're running Windows and you need a little more performance, this might be an option for you. There are some things to consider, which I will hopefully go over that in just a moment. So far, it's worked great. I've recorded all day long. My voice is giving out, and it's still hanging in there. Usually by now, this thing would already have lag on it because of it heating up of running regular Windows. So it's already better for me. And the only purpose of it is run my drum software and do my recording and edit a few videos out here, okay? So this is more focused to performance. The gamers use it to get more performance. I'm going to go over this real quick of what it is. Here, when you download this, now we'll go over the download just a minute, but I got to get there. When you download this and install it, you will get a starter package. No browsers, no Edge, none of that is on here. If you want it, you'll have to put it. This is a basic setup for you to set a computer up the way that you choose for it to be. Hey, and still use Windows apps. I think that's pretty good. Anyway, this is your starter package. You will get that because it's just not set up like Windows. Somebody took Windows and stripped it all the way down and came up with this one right here, okay? Windows X Lite. When you install this, you are looking at about 5.789 gigs on here, okay? GBs. That is pretty impressive. When you download Windows or get it, start it up with everything on it, it's going to be looking about 20, somewhere in there. I might not be right on the dot, but I hit the target. Anyways, that's quite a bit of difference there. Now, of course, you're going to have to start putting stuff on it. You can't leave it like it is because you got to be able to set it up and get it the way that you want it. And thankfully, they made it possible. I really like this so far. So once you get it, when you install this, it will ask you, do you want it installed with or without Defender? At the top, it will be without Defender, and then the bottom one will be with Defender. I chose not using Defender and went a different route, which I will explain in just a moment. And then that's why. Once it installs, it will boot up with something that looked a lot like this. You had the recycle bin and that. All of this was added later for my setup. And it had the regular Windows photo here. I changed it to this. Thought that was pretty nice. You will get set up here, and this is starter package. Once you get set up, you will want to set you up an account because this is not a Windows setup. It will go directly on this, and you start from here. So you will put your name and password in there. I would recommend it. You can leave it like it is, and it'll work. I ran one that way, but I would prefer to have a password. You know, I'm the only one out here, but still, this makes you feel a little better. And there's a few more here that you can go on. If you use printers, you're going to have to put that on it, or your printers won't work. You get a few little registry files here. You won't have Microsoft Store. You won't have no browsers or widgets or any of that stuff on here, okay? You will have just a basic desktop left for you to fix it up the way you want it. Can't beat that, can you? Here in this folder, you will have a few little helpful information tools, their website, and I'm fixing to click on that in just a moment. I will come back to it though. Even have some wallpaper. I think it had this one on it originally. Give you a few more choices, but hey, it's whatever photo you use. I went into my photos and chose what I've got today. I will have something different probably tomorrow. Now I'm going back to, I'm just going to go here and go to their website real quick. And this is their website. Awesome, right? Beautiful website. Well planned out. Love it. A lot of information on here. Lets me know they are confident in their software here. At least that's the impression I get. I would recommend you to go to Windows X Lite.com. Check this out before you actually do it. And I'm going to keep stressing a few little things. If you are running a Windows, like Windows 11 Pro or Home, whatever, you want to make sure you download that one, because you will need to get your product key off of it or your license off of it. Jot that down on a piece of paper or something. Take a picture of it with your phone or something that you can fall back to it, because this does require a Windows license or product key. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, if you are going to switch over to this from Windows, if you're running Windows Pro, you want to download and install Windows Pro, what you are running, or whatever you have that product key on. Now, if you're going to buy one later, if you already got the key, use it. Just find it, take a picture of it, jot it down, because it will require a license, okay? Just saying. But say you look at this and you go over to the guide and says, yeah, I go for that. You would go to downloads here and you would download that thing. You could do Windows 10 even. And because this ain't Windows setup, it is Windows stripped down, and they made it into the X Lite version, okay? But let's go with Windows 11. Why not? Here you will have to choose which one. Let's go with the latest, 25H2. Once again, it has information on that. I mean, wow, I'm impressed with this website. Let's just choose that one. And then once you do, it gives more information. Kind of tells a little bit about it here. That will be the size of it. Mine was 5.9, but, I'm not going to kick a few dots there, right? Pretty impressive. And it really is. But you can go to the website and check it out yourself. Down at the bottom is the download link. Now I want to talk just a moment about this, and then this is what we got. Windows 11 X Optimum 11 25H2 Pro. Because I was running Windows 11 Pro. I'm going to use my license on it. I did. This is a zip file. And I couldn't extract it by extract all. It didn't work for me. Some people it did, okay? I had to download the 7 zip file and then use it to extract this. Once you do that, it's going to bring you to a little folder that's just going to look like this. You click on it, open it up. Can't do it because it doesn't have. It will have a little folder. You click in it, and it will have your ISO file in there that it downloaded. And the download will take just a little bit. Down along the bottom, you will have something called Rufus. And that will allow you to make an ISO USB flash file. And you will need a USB flash. You can get them at Walmart or anywhere for just a few dollars. 8 gig above. I use the 16. One from Walmart that I picked up for, I think, couple of bucks, $3 or something. And it's just a 2.0. It worked fine. And you will want that in the computer. Then when you bring Rufus up, it will be a few little things you go through. Once you go through that, you will make sure that it recognizes your flash. Make sure you don't have no more in it, or it will liable to pick it up. I always just use the one because it will wipe it clean and put the ISO image on there for you to use, okay? And once you do that, you will go through the setup. I think I done a FAT32 on it, and it already was titled and hit go ahead and do it. And then when it does it, you will boot that off and make sure that is once again installed. When you boot it back up, you will go into the boot menu and boot it up on the USB flash that you just made of the ISO image that you made of this, okay? Once you do that, it will start installing. Anyway, you will want to clear the regular Windows 11 on it, okay? And by doing so, let me find that. Here's a few little things that you will put in. You will hit Shift and F10. That will bring you up in the terminal. You will begin to type this. This part and this part will be together. List this. You would separate that. List this. Lowercase numbers is fine. Once you do that, it will select it. It should come, you would choose the disk that you chose. Mine was select disk 0. Then you would type in clear, exit, and exit. And that will clear your computer. Once you do that, you will be at the install. It will ask you to use one at the top is don't use Defender or don't install Windows Defender. The one at the bottom is. I chose not to install Windows Defender because I'm fixing to explain why. That's why I went with Bitdefender. It does the same thing. Awesome little program. So at that point, we will go to updates, and I want to talk about this just a minute. As you can see, this thing is paused until 3000, approximately 5 years away. The reason they done this is you don't want to update it. If you update it, it's going to put Windows back. It's going to put Windows apps and all of that stuff that we are trying to get away from to get a little performance out of it. And if you update this thing, what you just did was in vain. If you want it to update, leave Windows on it. The reason that I didn't put Defender on here is it depends on Windows Update. If you're not going to be updating, there ain't no need to put Windows Defender on there because if it can't update, it's not going to work right. So I chose another route. I chose to go with Bitdefender, and it does the same thing. It does its own updating within its own program. And I do like put stuff on Facebook and YouTube. So I thought, well, I will try it before and you can delete it if it don't work for you. Well, Windows Defender, if you put it on it, yeah, it's there. Unless you download more software to take it off and keep it off. I chose to go this route. That's why I installed this without Defender. Any updates you will make, you will have to do it like OBS. It automatically does it. I've got it set auto. Most of these are auto. This will update when you boot it up, okay? There are a few that I may do manually. I think my browser, it updates. I mean, it's not that big a deal for me. But if you needed to update, this is not one for you. If you want a little performance, this is the route to fly, okay? Now I've covered everything, and let's go to Task Manager. Now keep in mind, I've got 3 videos on here that I haven't had a chance to get off, and I've got OBS running right now recording this, so this is not accurate, just saying. But Task Manager will give you an idea. Right now I got about 39 things running. As you can see, my graphics and all the AMD stuff is running here. There is the Bit Defender, which is taking up a little real estate here. But like I said, I don't have to leave it. But that's about like Windows Defender if it was on here. So far I haven't had any problems. So now this won't be accurate right here because I got OBS running in the background. I will be quiet for a minute, let it settle down just a little bit, but it's still recording. So keep in mind, I have a couple of videos already on here and plus the one recording. So this is not accurate either, but close. Right now, I've got about 21.7 GBs. Take away those videos, that would put me about at least maybe 20, maybe 19.8. Now you saw what the installment of this was, 5.6 or 8 or something. Which, if you are running regular Windows 11, now I have those videos, I have OBS on it, I have the Defender, the graphics, the all of my apps. I'm not going over them, but quite a few. A regular fresh install of Windows is pretty much this. And I have it set up. I have my apps on it, drum software, everything that I need to do my recordings. The video editor, all of that stuff. Audio editor, all of that stuff is on here. And it still is pretty equal to a fresh install of Windows. If this was Windows, I would be about 60 right now, GBs. Pretty close. Anywhere from 58 to 60. Quite a bit of disk space right there, right? While I'm here, let me do this. A nifty little tip while I'm in it, I always keep my setup on a flash drive or on my external hard drive. And when I set this up, within an hour, I'm recording, okay? Not joking. All my downloads, all of that is on here, believe it or not. OBS has a lot of plugins. Everything stays right here. When I set this up, I just pull it from this flash drive. Okay, I think I pretty well covered everything other than customizing this toolbar. It simply comes from this right here. It's already installed. I left it. I could take it off and it would remove a little bit of space. But so far I haven't had a trouble. And I've recorded since 8 o'clock this morning with this thing. Took this a little light dinner break, about 20 minutes, and fired it back up, and it's went great all day. I can already tell the performance difference, and so far it's been worth it to me. So thanks to these guys that did this. It's much appreciated. It is designed for performance. Once again, this is like the menu. I'm running this menu right here. I love it. I love being able to have my favorites here. All of my programs here set along with these little folders. Quite a bit on here. And it still don't take up a lot of space. I like the control panel. I can hit it. And there all that is. The regular Windows, you got to do some digging to get to that. And that's why I left this. I like that setup. A lot like Windows 7. If you want the old one, all you do is cut it off. And there you are back to that thing. For me, I like this. So you can put this on regular Windows though. It doesn't matter. Home or Pro or any of the rest of them. As far as I know, it's free. I haven't had to do anything yet. I don't see anything that would indicate like a 30-day trial or anything. So anyway, the toolbar is right here. This is how it makes it. See, I can take away part of it, or, There's different customizations you can do here. I think you can put it on the top if you want it. Or not. Yeah, there it is. Okay. See, gives you choices. I like that. In advance, you can customize it here. Like, let's go back to this. See, it's kind of glossy. But if I want it clear, which I don't know why, it would be, no, I'm on the wrong thing. Right here. See, I can't tell what's what. So I run this one here on it. If I want it to cut through a little bit, I can. See. I just like the blur for me. Anyway, I know this is a long video. I couldn't make it short. I tried. Your 2-bar settings would be right here. See, I've got it clear right now. And I use this one to just, I like that. If you don't, when you're on certain websites, it will bleed through and mess that up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. It may or may not be something you want. Do your research. If you want a little more performance and a little less bloat and all those apps, now if you're using them, just leave Windows on it, because there's no need to put this on it. And if you're going to put it like Windows, the ideal is to get away from some of it and still be able to use Windows apps and stuff, okay? And get a little more performance out of it. There's others out there that might work for you as well, but this is the one that I chose for performance. I know gamers use it, and people doing video stuff, editing and stuff, use it as well. So I thought it was a route that I choose. If it's not something you want, but don't put it on there. Leave yours alone. If you don't need it on there, don't put it on there. You got no use for it. But I needed more performance. You saw that this little computer wasn't very big, and I've ran it all day and really hadn't had any problems, even with that Defender on there. So guys, have a good one. Stay on the upside.